Раз. Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Just one more.
Better see Barbara at the cathedral if you're injured.
Gosh, all I can think about is D-Luke.
Mondstadt welcomes you.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
Привет, привет. Сейчас я тут настрою игру.
All I can think about is D-Luke.
Меня слышно?
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight.
Раз. Дела нормально. Как твои дела? Да у меня тут... Я, кстати, давно я не стримил, ничего такого не было. Я то заболел, короче. Потом у меня компьютер сломался.
Gosh, all I can think about is D-Luke.
Whenever you...
Очень громкая игра. Так. Процессор сломался. Ты, по-моему, хотел компьютер обновить, да? Или что-то там? Или что-то ты покупал там, куда я давал Путин деньги? Если я не ошибаюсь. А у меня, короче, компьютер, экран перестал работать. Не видел кабель HDMI вот этот. Я голову ломал, думал, может видеокарта сгорела, может еще что-то. Может просто шнур, разъем размотался и все. Голову ломал. Короче, бросил. У меня девушка просто взяла компьютер от пули, протерла, и он заработал. Чудесно. Какой ты покупал процессор? Ryzen или Intel? Я уже не помню, сколько времени прошло. У меня память-то старая, я не молодой. Так, мне надо... На какую должность, на какую профессию? Как ты умудрился ножки процессора погнуть? Не той стороной вставлял? Ну, конечно. Можно термопасть. Странно. Прилип. Почему я не могу купить игру? Вот что меня волнует. Отключена. Так. Что за книга? Почему? У меня, кстати, знаешь, я болел. У меня, короче, была эта геморрит, короче. Конечно, будет неприятно сказано. Надеюсь, ты сейчас не ешь. С носа прям гной шел. Я высмаркался не соплями, а гноем. Поэтому, ну, такого ни разу не было. Мне больше нравятся книги в бумажном переплете. Я не так много читаю. Сейчас я вообще не читаю. У меня от текста на экране глаза болят. Ну, не то, что болят, а устаю. Бумажные странички перелистывать тактильно приятный. Какой-то свой вайб. Так, что мне можно посоветовать? Почему у меня не открывается игра? Так, так. Вот у меня игра открыта. Другое. Я недавно хотел английский подтянуть и слушал там фразы на английском. Просто разговорные. У меня вспоминать сил не хватает. И слушать тоже утомляет. Я короной не болел. Прививку я тоже не делал. Я бы лучше короной прививку. На самом деле. Штрих-коды. Туда-сюда. У тебя была, да, прививка? Почему? Показывается так. А что у тебя за вакцина? Эпивак, знаю. Знаю спутник. Спутник Лайт. А в ревакцинацию там 2 раза надо колоться или 1? Раз, да? Блин, я еще ни разу прививку не делал. Мне как-то обстоятельства еще не заставляли. Ну, сейчас, наверное, весной я с Москвы уеду обратно туда, в деревню. Надо будет колоться, то говорят, без QR-кода, говорит, нельзя будет в самолете летать, поездами ездить. Это ужасно. Я хочу запустить у меня девушка делала прививку, тоже, по-моему. Я переживал, думал, все сейчас от меня... Ну, не переживал, просто я так думал. Все отпишутся. Думал, Федя вообще уже пропал с концами. Так что я много не захожу, там он отписался от меня, там на... Короче, я только стрим запустил, даже еще не разобрался, как игру мне, чтобы мне показывал. Сейчас этот ОБС поменялся, что-то вообще непонятное. Ну, понятное, но иначе стало работать. Так. Да, может быть такое. Так. Меня волнует, почему игра не захватывается. Если я буду в окне играть. Я просто хотел какую-нибудь ненавязчивую игру запустить, побегать. Мне попался Genshin Impact. Знаешь такую игру? Ну вообще у меня было такое желание. Видео, в смысле на ютубе. Я думал об этом, думал сначала на игровую тематику, там, об играх. Но что-то меня сейчас тянет в другую сторону. Я думаю, может, когда в деревню поеду, да, тут у меня вот самый большой стрим, наверное, 70 раз посмотрели. Но это немного на самом деле. Я то International стримил, ну как просто киберспорт по Доте 2 шел, я просто не выговорить слово, ретрансляцию включал и показывал то, как они играли. Так, в окне. Захват отдельного окна. Я не пойму, что происходит, почему. Genshin Impact. И? Где оно? Что оно не показывает? Так, вот думал я насчет видео о игровой тематике. Но потом... Так, не беда, как мне запустить стрим? А это? Нет, наверное. Так, по чуть-чуть играю. У меня сейчас голова другим забита. У меня мысли о том, как бы уехать в деревню поскорее. Там начать делать ремонт в доме. Вот у меня об этом мысли. Я хочу, если видео какие-нибудь снимать на эту тематику, как там сделать, ну, что-нибудь по хозяйству. Да. У нас там недавно хороший интернет, оптоволокно проложили. Только я не знаю, сколько он стоит. Но факт в том, что у меня есть дом, в котором нету нормального электричества, он не утеплен, он не нету канализации, санузла нету, там вообще ничего нет. Интернет дорогой, не знаю. Честно, я не знаю. У меня там у знакомых пользуются этим, но по цене сказать не могу. Ну, я думаю, рублей 600, наверное, стоит будет. Цена... О, чудо чудное, диво дивное. Так. Окей. Значит, будем работать от этого начинать. Опа-на. Меня был теле, говорили, что и нет, и мысли про дачу. Мой счет опять даже ящик. Ну, не знаю, смотря сколько вы времени на даче проводите. Игра запустилась, видишь? Какое там качество этой игры будет. Допустим. Раз. Так, звук есть? Раз. Раз. Ты слушай.
Steady as stone.
Да, сейчас наше время. А, так, что я хотел тебя спросить? Я хотел спросить тебя о том, делал ли ты еще видео в стиле вот этого лофи, лофай, как? Да, ты же видеоролик сделал там, и водопады, вот это вот под музыку красиво. Мне казалось, ты на одном не остановишься, делать что-то подобное. Очень. Я вот эту игру вообще не понимаю. Я не знаю, что тут. Я просто бегаю, девочки, мальчики. Смотри. Ну, ты это понял.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever.
Зачем? Играть левое, право, левое, право. Тогда я могу сказать то, что стриминг тоже не для меня. И звука нет. Раз. Раз. Блин, я понял. Сейчас я вот так вот. У меня просто стоит... Так, потише тут сделаю. У меня стоит... Я не слышу громко, я говорю, тихо я говорю. Раз. Ой. Не открылся. У меня стоит шумоподавление, и у меня микрофон довольно-таки далеко стоял. И некоторые слова, которые плохо слышались, он их гасит и поглощает. Так. Альбедо. Выполните испытание пробного уровня персонажа Альбедо, чтобы получить вот такие штучки. Так, что тут еще есть? Айола. Такую игру не играл? Ого. Так, что это там? Ух, нифига себе. Да, прикольно. Только я не знаю, что это он делает. Я не знаю, пока не надоест. Ладно.
Nice and spicy.
Burst forth.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Я говорю, я сейчас после долгого времени зашел, вообще все такое непривычно стало. И ОБС поменялся. Он мне... Ой. Не знаю, я же не блогер, я больше работник завода, чем... Да не, сейчас блогеры нормально вроде. У них там... Бюджетом. У меня нет такого личного, что желания там блогингом заняться или чем-то еще. Просто мне... Я провожу свой досуг тем, что играю в компьютер. А одному становится скучно играть. Ого. Давайте махаться.
You're in for a little shock.
Ой,
Flood of frost.
ой, что-то здесь.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Shudder.
Вот только я не знаю, если я в свою местность обратно перееду. Где работать? Куда идти?
Vengeance will be mine.
Surrender and be gentle.
Rack and ruin.
You're open.
Забрать, получить. Я вообще не знаю, что мне дают, что я получаю, что мне это дает. Как чисто игра какая-то ненапряжная. Ой, как дает.
Get out of here. Why do they never miss? I'm going in. Adventure time.
Nice and spicy. Eat this!
Everybody stand back. Get out of here. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Блогером на завод. Мне кажется, на заводе есть кому работать. Каждый должен делать свою работу. Блогеры на делать развлекательный контент какой-нибудь, поучительный и прочее.
You can't run.
Работники завода работают на заводе. Кому что по кайфу, тому и по душе. Если работнику завода по кайфу быть блогером, так пускай он тоже пробует себя. Блогингу же, ну, грубо говоря, не обучают в большинстве. Так просто, если это есть сказать людям, можно любые знания донести или мысли свои. Я даже не помню, когда у него последний раз стрим был. По-моему, очень давно.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the kingdom of darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the kingdom of darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey. of your tale to be told.
Я сейчас так задумался, забыл читать, что там в этой истории. Так. 20, выберите, что оружие надо выбрать. У меня девушка пошла на реснички делать. Я жду, пока она придет и меня покормит. Так, что тут у нас? Ага, 1. Выберем это, чтобы это не значило. Так, 700. Ладно, пойду я какие-нибудь миссии выполнять. Так, у нас...
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
Так, посмотрим. В карте, что он мне просит. Куда-то пойти, что-то найти. Это мои любимые. Куда-то пойти. Что-то. Портаться. Зашел бы кто-нибудь, кто понимает в этой игре хорошо. Я бы у него посоветовался, что тут надо покупать, изучать. Даже бум-бум вообще. Вот как по мне должна быть какая-то стена, в которой я сейчас врежусь абсолютно. Али. Абсолютно верно, я подумал. Как отсюда выйти, я не знаю. Ага. Буду грибы. Блин. Буду грибы собирать. Эх, кто мне стрелял? Кто мне стрелял? Ты меня стрелял? Ой, вот кто мне... А, вон там этот голем. Я еще пришел.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Так, он что-то не шибко играть хочет. И сильный. Ой, нет. Я, короче, отсюда побежал. Мне здесь не нравится, мне здесь убивают.
What's the hurry?
Он грибочки собирает. О, вот этих я размотаю типа.
Leave it all to me. Ooh, wonderful.
Oh, wonderful. Мне надо за пределы вот этого. Так, чтобы меня кто-нибудь зашел ко мне, кто специалист в этой игре, сказал мне, надо играть вот так-то, так-то, так-то. И бум-бум. Я даже не знаю, какое я задание выполняю. Мне просто нужен квет. А, мне надо вот эти камушки собрать. Вот, я понял. Камушки это мы соберем. Во всех играх отнеси, принеси, подай. Иди отсюда, не мешай. Эта игра интересная или тебе не нравится такого жанра игр?
I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs assistance. Huh?
Quite the find.
chest is like unwrapping a gift.
You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom. I guess I'll post an expedition at the Adventurers Guild.
Huh. Looks like Timaeus isn't here today. Customers? Oh, pardon me. Are you looking for Timaeus? No. Just strange for him to not be around. Paimon always sees him standing here. I see. He was called away by Albedo a little while ago. I was called over to attend to the store. I'm Sucrose, Albedo's assistant. If you have any alchemy-related queries, you could always ask me. I do my best to help. Huh? Do I look nervous? My apologies. I don't get out too often. I'm usually in the laboratory where there aren't many others to talk to. If you need any help, just call my name. If not, I'll be reading a book. Over there.
Thanks. No worries. We're all clued up on the basics of alchemy, aren't we?
Hey, aren't you the legendary traveler? The one who repelled Storm Terror? Thank you. I've heard so many stories about you. Always wanted an opportunity to research you up close.
What do you mean, research?
Sorry, don't mind me. What am I saying? Still, you'd definitely be able to help Albedo. It is you, after all.
There's that name again, Albedo. Is he also an alchemist in Mondstadt?
Apologies. I never introduced him. Albedo is the Knights of Favonia's chief alchemist. He's also Timaeus and my teacher.
But Paimon's only ever seen Timaeus teaching alchemy. So that means Albedo is a teacher?
Yes, he's dedicated himself to investigating the truth of this world, and has made many an important breakthrough. We often get alchemists coming to Mondstadt from all over Teyvat, seeking his help. They say that the subtlest of guidance from Mr. Albedo helps them to solve the most unfathomable of problems.
Wow! Paimon didn't know he was such a big deal.
Still, it seems that he's encountered a problem in his research recently. Every time I see him, he has a concerned look on his face.
Сейчас я стримлю одновременно с кинами переписываю.
I'm sure that Albedo would love to hear about your incredible exploits. I know it would bring him lots of new inspiration. Albedo is a true gentleman. He'll be sure to pay you back in equal measure for helping him out. I don't see why not. Testing the limits of living beings' capabilities is one of Albedo's areas of research, after all. Albedo and Timaeus will be conducting research in the mountains right now. I'd love to take you both to see him, but somebody has to attend to the store. I'm afraid you'll have to go to the entrance to the pass and look for him by yourselves. Look out for a refined gentleman with the presence of a true scholar. And... sorry. That's the best I can do. You'll have to do your best.
Hey, stop worrying. We got this. Sucrose is a whole lot less nervous once she gets talking about alchemy and research, huh? Is that... Anyway, let's go and look for Albedo.
I've told you already, I don't go in for that kind of thing. I've got more important matters to attend to.
Oh, but this event has commemorative significance. The church hopes that all sisters will be present.
Hopes? That's odd, because I don't recall a fulfill the hopes of others clause in my job description.
I mean, sure, but...
But what? You're the event organizer, aren't you? Do you not find it the least bit odd?
What do you mean?
This far out from Mondstadt at this hour? Even if you set out right now, I'll wager you'd still miss the opening ceremony. Who knows? Maybe this is someone's grand plan to make a fool out of you.
Huh? Well, that can't be. People aren't like that.
Evidence decides what people are like, not your feelings. Maybe you're a little too trusting of other people. Don't fret, nobody's gonna blame you if you go back empty-handed. I can't imagine anyone else was delusional enough to think I was gonna show up. But if you dally any longer, you really won't make it.
You're right. It's a very important commemorative event. If I'm late, then... right, I've gotta get going.
Seems like that sister's an expert in making people believe anything she wants.
I thought I heard something. Who are you and why are you eavesdropping?
We better watch out. She seems like a dangerous villain. Or a trickster at best.
Oh, really? I'm a member of the long-standing Favonius Church. You're an eavesdropping pixie from who knows where. And you think I'm the trickster?
Wait, she heard that? Paimon was whispering so quietly.
And as for this outlander you seem to be following... So it's you. The honorary knight that saved us from storm terror. Well then, given your status, I won't press you on your reasons for eavesdropping. Otherwise, depending on your answer, I could have arrested you on the spot.
What? Do the Sisters of Mondstadt have the authority to arrest people now?
We can't go turning a blind eye to hidden dangers, can we? Why shouldn't sisters have a sense of justice?
That doesn't sound right. But Paimon can't think of a good comeback.
Let's talk about you. What are you doing in the mountains? If it's him you're after, I made a point of noting his tracks. Many people have made their way up after the snowstorm. Let's hope they're still there.
So, are you also looking for him?
No, this is just a professional habit of mine. I sensed elemental traces in these tracks. Never hurts to be vigilant. I couldn't care what you think. Come on then. I'd like to see what he's up to anyway.
Rosaria said there were elemental traces in the tracks. They should show up pretty clearly with elemental sight.
To my hammer. Cool it. Freeze. Freeze. Should place my hammer. have a little taste. Picked the wrong test subject.
You know, little pixie, your ability to appear and disappear at will is very interesting.
Yeah?
After committing a crime, you'd be able to leave the scene without a trace.
You're so suspicious. Why is Paimon a criminal in your example?
Someone as a dutiful maid would.
This was well done.
This moment will be frozen in time.
No one escapes my sight. I must leave no stone unturned.
Go, Barret Bunny!
Let's end this quickly.
Dodge this!
Windblade! Yeah!
Где это?
I will end you. I guess this is it.
I'll keep this close.
It's getting colder and colder. Rosaria, aren't you freezing?
Me? I'm all right. I got used to operating in adverse conditions a long time ago.
Huh? Seems like there's more to being a sister in the Favonius Church than Paimon realized.
Someone needs assistance.
Is that Albedo? Why would he hang around a place like this?
The word on the street is he loves painting. He'll hang around anywhere for a good landscape. The views and scenery here are pretty good. Potential paintings everywhere you look.
But can't he see those hilly churros? Isn't he in danger? Uh-oh. Looks like we startled them. Enough talk! Let's take them out of the picture first! Ha! No escape!
Windblade!
Who are you? Why did you alarm them? Thank the gods I'd already completed my painting.
Would have been a shame to leave these particular hilly trails unfinished.
What's up with painting hilly trails? What makes them so interesting?
I'm afraid the answer isn't easy to explain. If you'd like to have a look at my painting, it may give you a clue.
Wow! Look at the detail! But some of it seems to have been done in a hurry.
You can find these hilly trails anywhere. Quite boring, in fact. Not worth closer inspection. But take a look at this specimen. The build, the coat, and there's a distinct force at work here. In the cyclical lives of such primitive communities, such unique attributes are an indication of evolution at work. Evolution, the transition from nothing into existence, from the known to the
Hold your horses. Ugh, something tells me we're in for a thesis and I haven't got the stamina. We found your man. I'm headed back.
What? Don't you have any questions for him? Hey! What a weirdo.
So Sister Rosaria brought you. Surprising. And I didn't have time to thank her. But back to the point. From her words, it seems that you were looking for me?
Mm-hmm. We met a girl in Mondstadt, Sucrose. She said you were stuck with your research.
I see. So Sucrose sent you here. Then, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the honorary knight. You've got the whole of Mondstadt talking. I've heard a bit of everything. Your actions during Storm Terror's attack, your elemental control, and quite a few other mysterious things. I'll skip to the conclusion. There's only one possibility after all. You came from afar. From another world, correct? Excellent. If I could procure your assistance, I think my research would benefit enormously. Forgive me. This must be confusing. Where should I begin? The essence of life?
Whoa! You want to start with that?
You're right. Giving a demonstration would be better than trying to explain. For example, awakening life. Breathing new life into fallen leaves.
You can do that?
However, I have a particular seed in my possession. The method I'm talking about has produced no results. It's like you, in that it hails from another world. Helping it to grow, to bloom. That's the problem my research is up against. That's where I need your assistance.
Well, if you're struggling to figure it out, Paimon's not sure we're gonna be much assistance.
I beg to differ. I'm unable to comprehend the intricacies of life outside of the known world. But you're not from the known world. By observing and researching you, I may just be able to find a way to get the seed to sprout.
Shall we just get out of here? This sounds a little freaky.
It's possible. But I will do everything in my control to ensure your safety. Time for a change of surroundings. We should be going. There's research to do.
Albedo and that traveler seem to have hit it off. Takes a weirdo to know one, I guess. I wonder, does this constitute a risk to Mondstadt?
Dodge this. Huh.
That's cheating!
A question. After the seed sprouts, will it grow into anything?
I don't know, but I feel the importance will lie in the method, not the endpoint. Using alchemy to awaken otherworldly life into that would constitute a big leap in my understanding of the essence of life. After awakening, even creation may be possible. Still a little difficult to understand?
Got a brain. But what's the seed gonna become? Isn't that more interesting than whatever it was you were saying?
Well, if it turns out to be a delicious fruit, dinner's on me.
Paimon's holding you to it.
Well, let's just say I, occasionally have to look after a child. Another lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. I suppose it's one of the few non-alchemy-related disciplines I'm any good at. The subject of my first research was the elements. In this world, manipulating the elements requires a vision. Though I can't see anything resembling one on your person, how you're able to freely manipulate elemental power is something I'd like to ascertain. I've got a few questions in that regard. Firstly, do you have any extra organs? A second heart? A fourth stomach? Things of that nature. Fascinating. And this floating child is connected to your body in some way?
What a stupid question! Can't you see the gap between us? And another thing, it's Paimon, not floating child.
I was merely considering the possibility that you were an external organ. Perhaps there is some invisible force connecting you. Oh, that rules out that possibility. I wonder, did Paimon guide the elemental power to you? But that would mean that Paimon's elemental power would be enough to break through a mountain rock at least 10 meters thick, or cause the waterfall south of Springville to flow backwards. No, that definitely can't be it.
Hey! How would you know anyway?
In that case, it would appear that there's no obvious difference between the composition of your body and that of the humans in this world. Given that there's clearly a discrepancy in the research, it seems that only experimentation will yield the answers. Firstly, this mysterious elemental power. I'd like to examine exactly how it manifests externally. Let me lure a few slimes to the area. Perhaps you'd be able to defeat them, using whatever method comes most naturally to you.
Huh? Doesn't seem very sciencey.
Direct and clear observation are imperative to a good experiment. This is just a simple exercise. Naturally, if you require a greater challenge, we could bring in 6 Oceanids.
Slimes! Slimes are fine!
Well, prepare yourself. The slimes will be here any moment.
No one escapes my sight! Windblade!
Steady as stone. As a good knight should. I must leave no stone unturned.
Great work. Did you feel anything out of the ordinary? If you're injured, I have a few emergency potions ready. Excellent. According to my observations, the manifestation of the external elemental flow is as expected. Elemental reactions are normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary. Now that we know that the external flow is manifesting normally,
Internal flow? How do you test that?
it's very simple. I can use alchemy to create a potion that will extract elemental power. If the elemental power is stored or accumulated physically within your body, this potion may elicit an elemental reaction.
Sounds kinda terrifying.
Don't worry. In the normal course of events, you'd feel some temporary queasiness. No bodily injury.
And in the abnormal course of events?
If anything unexpected occurs, I've made the necessary preparations. Try not. Well, it's not that there aren't any risks involved. But if there is anything blocking your elemental flow, we'll be able to locate it with this test. Just a warning. If an internal elemental reaction occurs for any other reason, that's a bad... Yes, that's an excellent way to think about it. Before we get started, the potion we'll use for the test is missing a catalyst. It's a type of ore known as star silver, but unfortunately not all of it is suitable. I'll take you to my campsite. We can gather all going to plan.
Paimon's still got a few safety concerns, but it seems... Let's keep our eyes open.
Windblade! Let it rain! Prepare to be blown away! Ha!
A reward on the road.
Here. Should do for catalyst purposes. This one. Usable with a bit of polish. What luck. This should be enough. My campsite is just up ahead. I'll lead the way. This is my campsite. I've added the materials we collected to the concoction. While we are waiting, have a look over here. My assistant Timaeus here is helping me with my research. I'm guessing you may have met in Mondstadt already.
Hello! I've just gotten hold of the data from your experiment. The report is already up on the board there.
Whoa! Look at all the data! You got all these results from one slime battle?
I wouldn't call them results, inferences, and a few daring guesses perhaps. I think the most rational direction would be to expound on the phylogenetic relationship between this traveler and the slimes. Consider. You don't have a vision, but you can manipulate elemental energy. The slimes don't have visions either, yet they too are able to manipulate the elements. Following this line of thought, I'm sure we'll be able to establish a basis in fact.
Not bad for a point of entry. But strictly speaking, slimes are elemental life forms. In other words, beings consisting entirely of the elements. A cryoregis vine, or even a whopperflower might be a better analogy. But tracing back the phylogenetic relationships between plants and animals, you might have to trace back to the world's origins. In that sense, things might get difficult, don't you think?
Yes, sir. That sounds correct.
After all, we've got our primary data already. This traveler is a visitor from another world. If it turned out that she did have a phylogenetic relationship with this world... Now that really would be something, wouldn't it?
Ah, it would. Apologies. I was so excited to get the data. I'll slow down a bit next time. Speaking of data, to complete our research, we'll need some more. I'll be conducting analysis here for the time being. If you're keen for an update, just come and find me.
Great, I'll leave you to it. Looks like the potion's ready. I'll try a little first. If all goes well, I'll hand it over to you. In line with my expectations. Ready to drink. Remember to keep calm at all times, and breathe deeply if you feel unwell.
Tasty? You've got a funny look on your face. You said you tried some already. You sure it was ready? What's happened to her?
Oh, this was the result I was expecting. And a very positive one at that. This potion channels elemental power into the body. Under normal circumstances, a repelling reaction is to be expected. But if the internal elemental flow is unimpeded, you'll only experience momentary discomfort. Once the flow is complete, there won't be any other effects.
So you knew you'd be sick and still drank some?
It was my own concoction, of course. Only natural for me to be the guinea pig. But of course, you're my assistant. By all sense and reason, it would be wrong of me to place that risk onto you. In conclusion, I'd say we have our conclusion. As far as elemental energy is concerned, you're no different from any...
Aw, Paimon wanted something cooler to happen.
Then again, better an ordinary result than a peculiar result. Peculiar results have a tendency to be of the... The good thing about ordinary is that everything is an object of reference. People are the same, they can understand, empathize, encourage, and support one another. When you're sick, a doctor can diagnose you because they are you. When something goes wrong, you can ask people who've made the same mistake for their experience because you are but a peculiar person. They don't have much recourse for the things we take for granted. The essence of their life is fundamentally different. For example, a human can't understand the life of a pyroregisvine or an Eye of the Storm. Have I explained it clearly enough? To sum up, this has been a positive outcome. Going forward, you can... Timaeus, the results of the new experiment are out.
Just a moment, sir. I'll handle it. Oh, you gave me a lot to consider. Really stretched my limits. Having you down as an animal. What?
Not bad. I think it's an...
You can count on me, sir. I'll extract a result satisfactory to all.
Is he trying to join the Knights? He's starting to sound like a suck-up. What Paimon meant to say was, that's the spirit. Mr. Albedo, say something.
Before we can proceed with our research, I need to... prepare something. Wait one moment. If you're interested, why not have a look around? It may help to pass the time.
Here comes Albedo! Let's go see him!
I'm back. Did you see anything interesting? Not to worry. They're all for alchemical purposes. You'd be hard-pressed to find an everyday use for them. Well, on with the research. There may be significant differences between different worlds. Take Tevat, for example. Here, those with visions can manipulate the elements. But worlds may well exist where only one person is able to do so. Or even everyone. So, leaving elements to one side, do you possess any unique abilities? Ones that don't... I think answering this question calls for the same methodology as last time. In other words, time for the next experiment. No. You shan't be required to exert quite so much effort this time around. Now, see this pillar here? Use your willpower to try and break it. That was your best effort?
What's with the disappointment? Isn't that...
Have you tried using your elemental power with food? I don't mean for cooking as such. Rather, channeling your power into the... I'm curious to see how the taste and texture respond. It may even help with proliferation. Anyway, why don't you cook us up a sunshine sprat?
Cooking? Paimon...
Not only is this recipe a...
Paimon does sound yummy, though. Okay, Paimon approves. Good, but...
I'll leave you to it then. Looking forward to the results. If there's anything left over, maybe to make...
Paimon doesn't think we'll have that problem. How are we gonna channel elemental power into the food? Maybe try the willpower thing again. Where does it get these ideas from anyway?
That was fast.
Let's just do it the old-fashioned way.
An elemental life form from another world. Albedo's research.
That was fast. That was fast. An average outcome experimentally, but you've really brought out the flavor. You seem well versed in the science of gastronomy. As far as the proliferation hypothesis is concerned, we've come up short. Seems like food presents the same headaches in your world as it does ours. Unless... could it be that the natural laws of this world are limiting your unique abilities?
We just didn't know how to channel elemental power into the food. It's a little more complicated than adding herbs and spices, you know.
Not to worry. At least we put some food to good use. No need to feel disheartened. And here's your portion. Enjoy. I can box it up if you like.
Woohoo! Thanks! Glad you were paying attention.
I can tell that you're good friends. Paimon was keeping an eye on you and your safety during the... Not that Paimon would have been able to do much if things had gone wrong.
Hey! You were being nice a second ago! But you do have tasty recipes, so... And you're right, we are good friends. You have good friends...
Yes. I'm fortunate too, I suppose. Anyway, there are all manner of alchemical items here. Keeping them in their proper place, I managed to retrieve the majority, but 2 vials have been evading me. Animal crystal fly elemental extract and electrohypostasis powder.
Paimon's barely finished eating and you want us to go gathering again?
Don't worry if you can't locate them. I was planning to replace them anyway. Though finding them would save me the hassle. If you had, say, a superpower, like night vision or vibratory sensing, a lost property would be a thing of the past. I must have dropped them somewhere in the area where you were looking just now.
So, guess we'd better take a look. Oh yeah! You could use elemental sight! This must be electrohypostasis powder! The extract of an animal crystal fly can only be animal
Goodness, you managed to find them. Incredible. 1,000 thanks. I'm wondering, this elemental sight, this is what allowed you to locate the items and find me here on the mountains, correct?
Yep! Guess it does sort of count as a superpower, huh?
Unfortunately, though elemental sight is seldom seen, it is not unheard of in Teyvat. Only a never-before-seen otherworldly power would be of benefit to my research.
You mean, we failed again?
Don't be disheartened. This falls entirely within my expectations. Besides, getting these items back, I'd call this a very worthwhile experiment. I have to commend your deduction that the items would contain elemental traces. Right then. Up until now, our research has focused on your otherworldly identity. Our research on your identity as one of us is just in essence, looking out from where we're standing. Can you see what Sucrose is doing? And if you jump from here and landed on that cliff, the one over there, could you So what about if you planted a single blow on the mountain face here, and it burst into 1,000,000 fragments? Then could you see her? Then I shouldn't get too excited. Still, we'll gain a more thorough understanding with... I know of a location that will be perfect for a physical test. Please, follow me.
Still in one piece! Good thing the vial's so strong!
I'll keep this close. A reward on the road.
You want us to jump from up here?
Not necessarily. Not if you know of a better method, that is. Whichever method you choose, the experiment will end when you reach the opposite shore of the lake. I will factor the time expended and your top speed into my comparative analysis.
The opposite side of the lake. So, we're gonna be swimming?
Without limitations, we complete tasks intuitively, using the method that seems most rational to us. Some of us would be unable to stand the icy waters. Others might find the whole thing rather refreshing. No matter what choice you make, it's all a part of the experiment. For me, every detail is invaluable to the research. Then if you would, please, I eagerly await the results.
Wait a minute! While we're busy testing, what exactly are you gonna be doing?
Me? Recording data, responding to risks, providing emotional support.
So if we do decide to go swimming, you gonna dive in with us?
No. Unless you're thinking of conducting competitive research?
said anything.
Great work. I've never seen a performance quite like it. Your reputation precedes you, traveler. The data shows that you're easily outperforming the average citizen in Mondstadt.
But you followed us the whole way without breaking a sweat!
Me? Actually, I used alchemy to cheat a little. But anyway, if it turns out that the natural laws of Teyvat do not affect you, I should be able to make various inferences about the otherworldly civilization you belong to. If the natural laws of Teyvat do affect you, then I shall be able to make inferences into the kind of evolution that would occur under the absence of such effects. The innumerable possibilities that this could present, the captivating insights, it would be something to savor again and again.
But how does this help your research?
You've helped me to unravel many of the problems that were holding it back. When we return to the campsite, I should be able to show you something interesting. I may be about to make some analogies between you and a few unusual gold, petrified trees, a sun 8 times the size of our own. The essence of the investigative process is enthralling, but such feelings are inevitably fleeting in nature. I'm willing to pour all my energy into research, and yet specimens are finite. As the unknown transitions into the realm of scientific understanding, the feeling of enlightenment is lost. All these things that start out as objects of fascination end up possessing the prosaic mundanity of a sunsetia or a sweet flower. They cease to be noteworthy.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to paint those hilly turtles? Because you got to see something new and interesting and the differences between them?
Precisely. To quote my exact words from earlier, these creatures are, for the most part, quite boring, not worth closer inspection. There is precious little about them that serves to pique my curiosity now.
So after all these experiments, are we gonna be, like, boring to you? Like some basic draft of a sketch?
Of course not. You have been of great assistance to me, and I will remember this friendship for a lifetime. Now, before we head back to the campsite, there's one more experiment. Intelligence. Follow me. There are some other ruins nearby.
Is this an answer from this world?
Bet you can't keep up with me. I'll race you there. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up. No one escapes my sights.
Cool it!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Dodge this!
Leave it all to me. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Don't push your luck. Freeze!
stone.
No escape!
Prepare to be blown away!
I must leave no stone unturned.
Dodge this.
Windblade!
Cool it. Oh, so sorry.
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would. I missed.
Is this an answer from this world? I'll keep this close.
I imagine you must have encountered more than a few conundrums during your travels. I'd like to observe your intelligence by means of a practical test of your capabilities, much as we did for the physical test. I'd like you to explore these ruins and return with your findings. There are 2 puzzles located at the far ends of the ruins, After completion, you should be able to activate the mechanism in the center. As with the physical test, there are no restrictions. Everything you do is an action I wish to observe. A tried and tested adventurer, I see. So, let's see you in action. Start where... It's a complex environment, so proceed with caution. Sealy like these are a common sight in the mountains. Returning them to their rightful places is up to you.
I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs assistance. Steady as stone.
My sights. That's cheating.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
all to me. I must leave no stone unturned. Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
It should now be possible to activate the central mechanism. Exactly what will happen when you do is something I'm looking forward to finding. Oh, seems that the water level has suddenly decreased. We should be able to see what's in the water now. Let's have a look. What's this? To the best of my knowledge, these belong to a script of some kind. They can be found all over Teyvat, but they've never given up their secrets. There's still a lot to learn about them. And as for why they should ever have come to rest here, a true mystery. Let me make a copy first. I'll make time to go over them in greater detail after our research.
Another thing for the don't understand list. Unsolvable mystery this, weird experiment that. It'd be nice to get some cool results for once. Seems like if you want the reward, you gotta pay the price.
I've truly gained a lot from all this. Comparatively, the little reward I can offer is too small. Let me return to the campsite first. By the time you get back, I may just have a fleeting miracle for you to witness.
Paimon's kinda looking forward to seeing the results of all this brain ache. Unless you can think of anything better to do.
Not so fast. You're not leaving until I'm convinced that nothing dangerous is going on here.
You didn't.
I most certainly did not. And I've witnessed everything that you and Albedo have been. I must say, you let your guards down. Or maybe you were drawn in by his compelling sounding hypothesis and friendly demeanor. Taking orders from a complete... I'd sooner believe you were
Sister Rosaria's guard's so high, she can't even see over the top of it.
It doesn't matter what you think. He could be a saint for all you know. But I understand him a little better than you, Outlander. I'm only concerned with one thing. Whether his alchemy has transformed you into something more sinister.
No way! Paimon would have sensed it! And anyway, he didn't even use any alchemy!
With an alchemist of his level, you wouldn't sense a thing. In any case, I'm not about to let a potential threat back into Mondstadt.
So, what are you gonna do?
I've gotta hand it to you. You have your moments. If I can be sure that nothing you came into contact with is dangerous, that's good enough for me. I've investigated everything else. The only items left on the agenda are these symbols.
But we don't even know what they mean.
That much is true. Not to mention, seems like there's nothing more to them. But for insurance purposes, I'd better make a copy. This is now a location of interest. Regular patrols should be set up here. Now then, all things considered, I deem that you pose no immediate threat. Which is what I was hoping. I would have been one very unhappy sister if you'd made me work overtime on your account.
Overtime?
Before we go our separate ways, Outlander, a word of advice. Don't be so quick to trust Albedo, and don't repeat the same mistakes that you did this time. You made a lot of rash decisions today.
She's gone! So stubborn. Mondstadt doesn't have many people like that. Huh. Never mind her. Let's go see Albedo!
You're back. Good timing. I've just about reached the conclusion. You took quite a while. Did you get held up on the way back? I wouldn't worry. She's just doing her job. Time for the results. We got a myriad of data today, and it was very difficult to finish all the research in one go. But the integral preliminary conclusion that I can offer you is you're very much like a human.
You couldn't tell that just by looking? We spent all day working our butts off for that?
Please, I understand that this may have seemed self-evident to you, but in fact, nothing in this world should be taken for granted. Have you ever considered that the world of Teyvat may have a natural hostility to Outlanders? I mentioned the natural laws of this world. You're able to converse with me here without consequence, and nothing seems amiss. But it's arguably a small miracle. The only other life form that, like you, has come here from afar is the seed that I mentioned. Under the effects of Teyvat's natural laws, it isn't even able to sprout, let alone bloom. But after I observed you, I had another idea. Imitating you helped to inspire my alchemy. And so...
Whoa! It looks like something's appearing!
The transition from nothing into something, from shoot to stem, and now to fruition. Is not nurturing otherworldly life also nurturing the world itself?
Aww.
It would seem that that's as far as we go. A transient bloom of incomparable beauty. Life's proudest achievement.
Paimon thought with all our efforts, it might have bloomed
it didn't even have any fruit.
Life is a manifold tapestry of free entities. Its value shouldn't derive from how long it stays with us. Even a momentary burst is precious. A short life can be well lived. A life lived efficiently, lived to perfection, is necessarily one unburdened by loneliness. So, do you understand what I meant about us conversing here arguably being a small miracle?
Things feel a little... Don't be sad. You've got Paimon. Albedo, Paimon really wants to be your friend.
Thank you both. Even if dispelling loneliness is not essential for life, it certainly doesn't hurt. Your help inspired me to discover the means to make a flower bloom. I mean that the time I've spent traveling with you in the mountains was a valuable journey for me. In the future, if the need arises, can I... well... glad... I made a point throughout of telling her how ordinary the results were. But what was that sediment I saw forming at the bottom of the vial? It should not have been there. What could it mean? Those born of Earth are bound by its imperfections, but those born of chalk are free of impurities. You and I are alike, both composed of a substance that has yet to be fully defined. If, one day, I lose control, destroy Mondstadt, destroy everything, can I rely on you to stop me?
Another test subject. Fry!
Dodge this!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Freeze! Done.
Leave it all to me.
Geo Archon, this is the only chance you'll get all year. Guess it's a good thing Venti brought it up earlier. Otherwise, we definitely would have missed this year's Rite of Dissension. Might be today, might also be tomorrow. Look, we're already in Liyue, so let's go ask some of the locals. Oh, right. About the Geo Archon Morax. Did you know the Mora that we use is named after this god? But it's seen as impolite for people from outside Liyue to refer to the Geo Archon by that name. So we should refer to the Geo Archon by the name Rex Lapis, like the people of Liyue do.
Rite of Dissension. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Isn't that today? Once a year, Rex Lapis bestows upon us his divine prediction, guiding us on how to... Last year it was the Yuheng of the Liyue Qixing that was given the honor of asking for the divine prediction.
Ooh, Paimon knows this one! Mondstadt is to freedom as Liyue is to contracts. Liyue has a strong focus on business and trade. The Liyue Qixing, the 7 leaders of the 7 enterprises of Liyue, hold true control.
That's what foreigners always say. But true control over Liyue will always be held by Rex Lapis. The Qixing is comprised of mere mortals. Rex Lapis is a god. Mondstadt's god is nowhere to be seen, whilst our god is forever with us. Stay in Liyue long enough and you'll see. Given that you just left your godless city, it's time you experienced what it's like to be in a city whose god has walked with it through all of history.
Oh, are you also foreigners here for the Rite of Dissension? To think I've lived in Liyue all these years and never come to see this before. I guess it's like they say, locals never visit the tourist spots. I wish you well on your travels. Liyue always welcomes you.
You too wish to bear witness to the Rite of Dissension? Me too. We all do. As a businessman myself, how could I not take interest in Liyue's most important business trends? The 17 predictions given last year made more than a few ripples throughout the industry. What's more, there's been a rumor going around that the Tianshui herself, Ningguang, has been acting secretly in the shadows. She wants the rocks created by Geovision holders to be exempt from taxation.
Wow, that's some super professional legal stuff, that is.
To be on the pulse of the predictions and the market is what makes this harbor what it is. Among the 7, Rex Lapis is the oldest deity. His keen sense of strategy is well trusted among his people. Understanding the predictions as soon as possible can make all the difference in making your fortune.
Fortune? So where can we see this Rite of Dissension anyway?
You're not at all close. Not to mention that if I gave you directions, as foreigners, you'd get lost along the way. So better to head to Yujing Terrace, to the high ground. It's the highest place in the harbor. Sounds like the best place for trying to communicate with deities, no?
That the best time to make a wish is today, during the rite of dissension. Wanna give it a try?
Oh, you also want a little Adepti luck too? Seems you know a lot. Making a wish during this time is sure to get you the blessings of both the Adepti and Rex Lapis himself. I've already made my wish, so you can take this.
Great! Thanks!
Your first time in Liyue? Actually, it's my first time to see the Rite of Dissension too. Ah, look, that's Miss Ningguang of the Liu Xixing. Only those who have control in Liyue can preside over the Rite of Dissension. Oh yeah, not sure if you knew, but most of the Adepti appear in the form of various beasts. I heard that when attending these kinds of formal occasions, Rex Lapis himself appears as a celestial cross between two of Liyue's ancient mythical creatures. Ah, sorry, I shouldn't interrupt your wish. Please, take this.
Great! Now that we're all done with the wishing, guess we can just wait here for things to get started. Who knows how long that Miss Ningguang lady is gonna take? Whoa, look at all the people! We gotta get up front. We can't see squat back here.
The hour is upon us.
Rex Lapis have been killed. Seal the exits.
What? What's going on? Did she just say Rex Lapis is... The Geo-Archon is... dead? Oh no! The Millilith! Looks like they're nabbing suspects who got too close. Paimon's freaking out! The killer is amongst us! Wait. We got close. Are we suspects? Wait, where are you going? Oh no! There's a whole bunch of soldiers out there too! Your identity! You may not be the killer, but we can't let them get you! But can we even get out of here safely?
A reward on the road.
They're here! Arrest them! There's nowhere to run!
Hey, girlie, hold still.
Stop! Stop!
Come with me.
Paimon's exhausted. So insensitive! You have no idea just how tiring floating around... Wait, just who are you exactly?
Call me Child.
Child? What, so we're supposed to dote on you?
No, not at all. It's an alias of sorts. In Mondstadt, I don't suppose you came across a Senora by any chance.
Senora? Child? You're Fatui, one of the Harbingers!
Oh, no. Don't worry. I'm not looking for a fight. Senora gave you quite the bad impression, huh? Pfft, that woman. Can't say I'm a fan either. Right. Let's forget all about her, shall we? I'm here to help you. Yes, help. I'm not a bad guy. Oh, okay, perhaps I'm kind of a bad guy, but I'm not here to give you any trouble. Would it be too much to ask for you to keep the sword sheathed? I thank you for your knightly nobility. I heard of your deeds in Mondstadt, so I couldn't help but notice you during the proceedings back there. And because I had my eye on you the whole time, I know it wasn't you. Someone else was clearly behind it. But, regrettably, given I'm a Fatui envoy from Snezhnaya, there's no way I'd be trusted after something of this magnitude. The ruling Chising of Liyue has always been overly suspicious of us.
Well, can you honestly blame them?
Guess I shouldn't try to deny that. Okay, sure. Maintaining a distance between strangers is probably a good idea. Either way, I'm already used to it at this stage. But right now, if you want to clear yourselves of any suspicion, you need to get yourselves to Northland Bank. Staying here isn't an option. As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Northland Bank.
Correct. This bank was opened here in Liyue by Snezhnaya. Though everyone knows Liyue is the most enterprising in Teyvat, Snezhnaya is not short of change either.
Yeah, well, poorer nations don't seem the type to have diplomats that come around acting the way yours do towards the Knights of Favonius.
Here, let me give you this.
This is a...
I'm not sure exactly. Sometimes all money can buy is things, and not a name for oneself. All I know is that it's a sigil. A sigil to keep the mighty and illuminated Adepti from bringing harm to you.
Adepti?
If you head north from the harbor, then west from Guili Plains, you will eventually reach a stone forest known as Jueyun Karst. The people of Liyue believe it to be the abode of the Adepti. Legend or not, they believe it. As such, offerings to the Adepti are made at its borders. Nobody dares venture in. But I have no need for believing, not when I know for a fact that the Adepti truly exist.
Hate to admit it, but your Fatui intel seems alright. But why would we go looking for Adepti anyway?
Oh, my little friend. There are plenty of reasons mortals seek the blessings of Adepti. Money, health, love. But you will go for justice.
Justice?
The Qi Sing will already have dispatched the Millilith. They'll be seeking out the assassin from amongst the onlookers. But how could a mere mortal kill a god that can sweep aside entire armies? Rex Lapis never gave up his power as a god. This level of crude response is beyond what is called for. How suspicious. Or to hide something else. Hard to say. Even now, the Northland Bank wouldn't be able to hold the Millilith off for long, but the Adepti can clear you of any wrongdoing. Liyue was founded by the Geo Archon and the Adepti. Of course, it was built by force. Look for them, and be faster than the Qi Sing's messengers, so you may give your version of events first. If there is anyone that can help you in Liyue now, it can only be the mighty and illuminated Adepti.